You can ask the people of Israel that was trapped at the Red Sea. Oh, what he did way back then, he can do it just for you. I want to tell you, he's an on-time God. Yes, he is an on-time God. Yes, he is. He may not come when you want it. Oh, he'll be right there on time. I want to tell you, he's an on-time God. Hey, on-time God. Yes, sir, on-time God. Yes, yes, he is. It on? Is it on, honey? Is it on? Is this recorded? Well, the red light is flashing, so that means yes, it is. What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my Christian mingle and the lands all across the land. This is your girl, T.S. Madison, and I'm coming to you live, and always and forever in the color from the marvelous chateau. Baby girl, baby, what y'all doing out there? What's up, everybody? Hello. Hey, everyone, good afternoon. Hello. He's an old-time God. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, old-time God. Yes, he is. I say he may not come when you want him. Oh, but he's right there on time. Let me tell you, he's an old-time God. Yes, he is. Girl, what's up, everybody? All right, let me go ahead on and get this thing crunk and started. Baby, last night we had done went out, like 10 o'clock last night, we had done went to go see Alien Covenant. Now, I know it's if y'all ain't into the movies like I'm into movies, I'm a girl that gets up in the middle of the night. I don't care if it's Thursday, Wednesday, when it's a movie I want to see, and it's some things that I got to get that tea. Just like 7 days from now, I'm going to be loud and in color going to see that Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman comes out June 2nd. You best believe that on June the 1st, I'm going to be sitting up there. I'm going to be sitting up there in the audience, honey. Sitting up there in the audience, getting my tea. I got to find out. So last night we went to go see Alien Covenant. Now all I'm going to tell y'all this here is just like this here right here. Okay? If the good Lord himself ain't explained it in that Bible, if my Father in heaven that sits high and looks low down there watching me ain't explained it in that Bible, you best believe that T.S. Madison and company is not getting in no rocket ship, boarding no rocket ship, and going out there into space trying to find out what's on the other side. I don't need to know that. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I told y'all this when I went to go see that movie. When I went to go see that movie, Life, I say, listen, I got respect for y'all peoples. Y'all peoples that go out there into that space and stuff like that, believe that stuff alone. That stuff ain't bothering you. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It don't have nothing to do with you. Don't be getting on no rocket ship and no spaceship, going all the way out there in the country, losing your life. Just lose your life on Earth. You lose your life where you started. If you started out on Earth, finish your job out on Earth. Lose your life out there on Earth. Now, I want to tell y'all, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give the movie a 8.5. Well, no, I give it like a 9. I'm going to give the movie a 9 because it was real graphic. It was real gruesome. It was a lot of things going on at a lot of times. And I'm trying to tell y'all peoples what y'all don't understand. When a lot of things be going on at a lot of times, you got to have your eyes focused. Your eyes got to be focused. It got to be focused on what's going on. It's a lot of things going on at a lot of time. Your eyes got to be focused. Basically, what I'm trying to tell y'all, if you go out there and you get on the rocket ship, it's a chance on this earth that you may lose your life out there in space, okay? If God ain't birthed me in space, I ain't going out there and die in space. If the good Lord ain't take the clay from the ground and mold Adam and make Adam to make me on earth, I ain't going out there to quadrant 3. I ain't going out there to quadrant 3 losing my life out there in quadrant 3. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't know that. Listen, I can't get along with my own neighbors out here on earth. What in the hell make you think I'm going to get on a rocket ship and go all the way out there in space and land there and have to fight with them peoples over there? Listen, y'all people, stop trying to go out there colonizing. It's too many movies. You know how the movie going to turn out. Y'all know how the movie's going to turn out. You go out there, y'all try to colonize these other. You go out there, you try to colonize these other planets. Bitch, you ain't even got your own planet together. You ain't even got Earth together. How you gonna go up there trying to colonize and take people from Earth over there to another planet? Y'all ain't never been there. Y'all ain't never been there. What you trying to go out there for? I just don't understand it. Now I don't got no problem with people that love science and y'all into science and things like that. That's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. But you go out there. And listen, they always going out there bringing that SHIT back here to Earth. Why y'all got to bring it back here? I ain't got nothing to do with that stuff out there in space. I don't give two F's about what's going on out there in space. Nothing. I don't care nothing about what's going on out there in space. I don't live in space. And listen, I was born here on Earth, and this is where I'm going to die. And I don't have the time to be sitting around there trying to figure out what is attacking me. What biological thing is attacking me? We got enough biological weaponry going on right here on Earth. What I got to worry about these biological chemical weapons and things and stuff like that going on and carrying that y'all done went up here in the rocket ship and done brought this mess all the way back down here to Earth, and now I got to worry about that black growing all over me. I ain't got time for that. Miss Mary, I'm over here trying to talk. Since you want to make all that noise over there, Miss Mary, what did you think about the movie? Tell me, what did you think about the movie?
Too much for me.
It was what?
Too much for me.
I can't hardly hear what you say, Mama.
Too much for me. I can't take all them scary.
Man, let me tell you something. When that xenomorph or whatever the hell they call that thing with the busting out them people, Miss Mary was like, "Oh my God!" Oh, she went to fighting the screen. This man, she went to fight the screen. Oh my God! Oh. I say, Lord have mercy. She went to fighting the movie screen. I was like, Mama, the people, that stuff going on out there in space. That's going on out there in space. That thing with the busting out the people's chest, man, and it bust up out the man's chest like that. I said, Mama, that's going on in space. That's going on in space. She said, why you take me to them scary movies? Why you take me around here to see that scary movie? I ain't want to see no scary movie. I said, Mama, that movie ain't scary. You got the word, but let me tell you something why it ain't scary. It ain't scary because one, me nor you ain't finna board no rocket ship. We ain't getting on no rocket ship, and we ain't going to try to colonize no other planet in Quadrant 3, Sector 4-6. We ain't trying to get out there and do that. Quadrant 3, Section 4-6. We ain't got nothing to do. We ain't loading up on that. Listen, I asked my mom, I said, listen, we don't even go around to certain areas in the hood. We don't even go to certain areas. We won't even buy property in the hood. We won't buy property in the ghetto. We won't buy property in the bad neighborhood. So what in the HE double hockey sticks make you think that we gonna board a rocket ship and go land on somewhere we don't know nothing about, talking about we gonna colonize that, we gonna grow wheat. We gonna grow wheat and vegetables and things of that nature, and we don't know nothing about this place, but yet we gonna get up in a rocket ship and go all the way away from this too far. You get to fight fighting with some up there. You get to fighting with some up there in space. It's too far. It's too far to run back to go back home. It's too far. It's too far to be trying to go down there and fight, get on this people planet. It's not like you can fight somebody in their neighborhood and get in the car and come on back and drive on back home. It ain't like you can do that. Usually, you know, you can, if you get into it with somebody in the neighborhood, you may fight with somebody in the neighborhood and then drive your car back home. Baby, y'all on a whole nother planet. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if you have not went to go see Alien Covenant, I suggest that's what you go watch it. If that's something that, if you're into science fiction and if you want to see some people's see some xenomorphs busting out of people's chests, if you want to see them things snacking on the people's face and implanting the eggs in their throat and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw Ricky Ford. Yes, I did. I saw it last night. I went and seen it last night. Listen, I don't wait around. I don't wait around on the movies to come out on Friday. I go to see the movies immediately. I don't wait around on that. When they tell me like Wonder Woman coming out next week, and that June 2nd, you best believe on June 1st, on Thursday night, whatever Thursday before that, I will be sitting in the movie theater getting me the tea on Wonder Woman. That's just what I do. That's how I do my thing right there. So listen, let me tell y'all something. Miss Mary just told me, she said, listen, because Miss Mary gonna be here for a couple more days. Miss Mary said to me, she said, Tim, don't take me to see nothing else like that again. I said, Mama, but I really enjoyed the movie and I wanted you to come enjoy the movie. Don't take me to see nothing else like that, because she says she's a dreamer. She says she's a dreamer and God shows her things in dreams. My synopsis to this situation is this here. You ain't got to worry about God showing you nothing like that in the dream, because at the end of the day, me and everybody in this house got the common sense that the good Lord gave us for us to know not to board no rocket ship to go to quadrant 3, section 6-4, way out there in the cosmos. That's too far from the house. That's too far from the house. That's too far. But Mama, listen, so they was on a destination to go to another planet, because they was gonna go out there and colonize the other planet. Then they had they intercepted a distress signal from Elizabeth Shaw, and so they went off of course and went to the planet over here. Now, if you ain't watched Prometheus and stuff like that, this is the sequel to Prometheus. I honestly, I thought it was a really good movie, you know. That's what I like to do. So I like to go see movies. I thought it was a good movie. Hell, I'll watch it again, because it was a lot of stuff, you know, in there that I want to see again. But baby, let me tell you something. There was a part in particular in the movie, like right in the beginning, when they all landed on the planet, and when they got off the ship, one of the explorers was walking through the woods. Here go the problem I got right here. So you mean to tell me, listen, I loves white people. I loves white people to death. I just gotta say that. White peoples is some bold mother. Y'all is some bold. Y'all white folks is some bold. Y'all got big nuts. Y'all nuts so big. You don't want to dare for some white people's nuts. You don't want to date of it. I don't. When I see crazy white people, I stay back, because I know they crazy for real. Because they got hard and they got big nuts. Let me tell you something. You got to have the biggest balls known to man to get in a rocket ship and land your rocket ship on water mass that you don't even know what kind of water that is. You don't even know what's in the water. You don't know what's down there in the water. You have no idea what's down there. Then land your ship on that water, get off of your ship, and y'all come out with guns, pistols, and all that. And you walk on land and go in the woods. First of all, I don't go in the woods. I live behind the woods, back here behind my house. And my dog went in the woods the other day and went out there and licked and ate something, and the spirit of death came from my dog later on that night. You best believe that I ain't going to no another planet, going to another planet, and get off my ship and walk out there in the bushes. You done lost your mind. They walked out there in the bushes and the spirit of death came for them. Sure did. That thing, whatever they had inhaled, that stuff had done got off in that man's throat. It got off down in that man's throat, and when it got in that man's throat, it went in the other man's ear, and when it landed in there, it started mutating and all this stuff in the bloodstream and things. I was like, Lord, he gone. I was sitting there saying, he gone, Lord, he gone. Now, the problem I got is with the people that didn't get infected, okay? The people that didn't get infected, after he inhaled the spores or whatever it was on the ground, after he inhaled it up in his throat and the other one got off in his ear, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I love you, mama. I got to say this right here in front of you. But if we go out there and you inhale something out there on that grass and you start coughing up blood, I can't bring you in the house, mama.
Nor will I bring you.
I love you, Miss Mary, but I can't bring you in the house. I don't know what you done went out there and got in. I can't bring you in here. I can't bring you in the house. That man went out there and inhaled that SHIT, and they brought him to the ship. They brought him there. I'm like, why in the world do you see this man coughing? Why in the world do you see this man coughing up blood? And he didn't get off the ship doing this. He did not get off of the ship doing this. So why in the world would you bring him all the way back to the ship, coughing up blood, eyes done got all big and stuff, face sinking in like he got 3 pounds of AIDS, like he got the first strand of AIDS that came out in 73, face sinking all in, drying all up, he white and turning yellow, drawing up, and you just looking at him doing all that. You gonna take him back to the ship?
Well, you can look at that in both ways. They was knit. They weren't gonna leave each other.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm close knit. Ain't got nothing to do with what's going on right there in front of your eyes. Okay, you can tell me all day about being close knit, and Mama, I love you.
You go to
listen, I love you like I loves to eat. But if you go out there in the yard right now, back there in them bushes, we over here on these people's over here on another planet. You go out there in the yard and you inhale some spore from out there in that bushes, Miss Mary, you're gone. I love you, but you're gone.
Well, you go up there and go upstairs to your room.
I can't get with that. And see, my thing is the children sitting out of here, the people sitting over here, going to these planets and stuff like that. You can't go.
If you go up in your room and come out of there acting weird right now, and I'm in your house and you come out of there acting strange, I'm going to bust you to the white meat.
Hey, you ain't going to have to bust me to the white meat, Miss Bear, because you can't really run.
You don't know what I can do when people get scared. You don't know what. Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me because my leg back. Yes, they hurt. Yes, they give me trouble, but you don't know what people do when they get mad and scared.
Well, obviously, well, listen, the people was mad. They were scared and all that kind of stuff.
That was stupid.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
That was stupid. If y'all can handle that kind of stuff, go watch it. But it is scary. It's scary to me. I can't handle them kind of movies. I don't like that kind of movie.
So you were scared, Miss Mary?
It's scared. Did you see me covering my face?
Child, Miss Mary was over there.
I still want to see what happened.
Miss Mary had the jacket over her face. Oh, what that jacket is? Hold on, I got to show y'all. Well, I'm telling you.
You know, you just.
I got to show y'all. What the jacket is?
Got a line exactly.
Miss Mary, what the jacket is?
You need to take that hat off.
Where is the jacket? I don't know what the jacket is, but I got to let me get a towel.
Oh my God.
I'm going to get a towel real quick.
I'm
going to get a towel real quick.
I'm telling myself.
If y'all just not tuning in, I'm talking about the movie Alien Covenant. That's what we went to go watch last night.
I can't take them kind of movie, all them straight.
If you want to go see it, I give you a thumbs up to go see it. If you want to go see it, I went and got my nails done. I went and got my nails done today.
You can handle that kind of stuff.
Went and got my nails done and stuff because I'm shooting a movie tomorrow. I'm gonna get off of here and go and study and finish studying my lines and things like that, child. This is all my lines. So I'm going to finish studying that. But, girl, I just had to go last night to see that movie.
Those people got off course. They're just like in life. If you stay on the right course, stay in the right direction, you'll get where you want to get. You lower off to all different directions. You gonna fall to one of them sides.
Man, let me tell you something. My mama had that jacket up. My mama pulled that jacket over her face like this. She had the jacket over her face like this last night, girl. We sit up there. She had the jacket over her face, and her eye was like this. She was doing like this with the jacket on her face. Doing like this.
Ain't no shame in my game.
She was carrying on.
I ain't ashamed.
Shoot, I was over there on the edge of my seat. I was like, ooh, shit. Ooh, God. Ooh. Especially when the thing went to xenomorphin, when it went to busting out their mouth. When it went to busting out their mouth and stuff like that and busting out their chest. Man, this one morphed. The way the first one morphed, it morphed through the man's back. Man, that thing was so vicious. And the lady trying to hug him, she trying to hug him while the thing, he over there, he over there doing all that, and she trying to hug him. Man, please, please. That other woman had the common sense that the good Lord gave her and locked both of their ASS's in that room. And he was over there.
They shouldn't have locked her in there. It wasn't in her.
Miss Mary, let me tell you, we don't know what was in what.
I kind of thought that was kind of. I know she had to be
Miss Mary,
protected, but I thought that was
listen,
kinda,
we don't know how the infection spread.
True, because that man was smoking. He went to go pee.
You don't know how the infection spread.
Right.
You don't know how. You don't know if it was a bloodborne pathogen. You don't know if it was that. You don't know if it was a airborne pathogen. You don't know what it was. How the virus spread. So when the man throwed up the blood and it got on her,
he smoked that cigarette and puffed that air back.
Yeah, he did that. But we talking about when he got back on the ship. When he got back on the ship and
this was too much for me.
And his back went to busting out. He baby, listen. Listen, I was through with it. I was through with it. When I saw all that, Miss Mary was over there like this, girl. Y'all had to see Miss Mary like this. Girl, Miss Mary was like this. Miss Mary was like this, girl.
You gonna exaggerate. You always go exaggerate.
Miss Mary was like this, girl. She was like this, girl. Her eye was through this. I could see her. I'm looking over here at her like, oh my God, Miss Mary was over there. Girl, then she went the thing, bust out the man back. Boom. She was like, ow. Miss Mary went to fight and carried on. She went to fight, and I was like, baby, Miss Mary went to fight and carried on. I said, man, mama, you can't beat that. Listen.
Miss E, do you hear that?
I said, Miss Mary, you can't beat that right there. You got your Miss Mary, you might well hand him your ass, because you can't beat that one right there. If that thing busts through the screen right now, none of us could beat that. None of us could beat that.
You might as well give him your age. Yours.
That's true. He
got a lot to go through.
He do got a lot to go through. But Miss Mary, listen, I'm going to try to drag you as much as I can. If they bust through the screen, I'm going to try to drag you down the road. Because I know you can't really run like that.
I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to try to drag you up. I'm telling you.
Baby.
You on your own.
Girl.
I know I could not run.
So, Mama, on a scale of 1 to 10, what you give a movie? Even though you were scared, what you give it?
I give it a 9.
I gave it a 9 too. I thought it was pretty good. Now, to be honest with you, like the way that it was supposed to, it's a follow-up story to Prometheus. If you guys haven't watched Prometheus, I thought it was I don't know. I'm not gonna get.
Who was that lady? The other ship.
That was Dr. Elizabeth Shaw. That was from the movie Prometheus. You remember the movie Prometheus?
I didn't see that.
Basically, the movie is Alien it's the quest to find out who created. You know, Ridley Scott is a agnostic. I don't know if he's an atheist or he's an agnostic. He's one of those, the A's or whatever.
But ain't nobody gonna figure that out.
And he believes because the majority of his movies are based around, because he did that movie about Moses, and where Moses went out to the water and he stuck the sword in the water or whatever it was. Remember that movie where we watched up here, The Princes of Egypt, something of Egypt, and Ridley Scott did that, like whatever. really, Scott, he doesn't believe the things from the Bible like that. He believes everything can be scientifically explained.
Everything ain't gonna be scientific explaining. God did it that way because people think they're more smarter than everybody, and God already know that. That's why that tower was destroyed, because He said they unity and they knew too much. They'd have been more wiser, so God destroyed. God ain't gonna let you know more in Him. The people of Israel.
You can take the people of Israel. They're trapped at the Red Sea. What He did way back then, He can do it just for me. I want to tell you, He's an on-time God.
I think He designed it that way so
yes,
you would have the curiosity to
know. On-time God. Yes, He is. Tell him, Miss Mary. Yeah. He may not come when you want Him. He's right there on time. Well, the Lord went on time for now one of them people that we watched on that ship last night.
That was plumb stupid.
The Lord was not there for now one of them people on the ship.
They should have stayed on their destiny. They was already determined to go on, and they would have avoided all.
Well, okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So Ridley Scott, he's been all of these things are prequels to the movie. To the original movie with Sigourney Weaver, Alien. The original movie. All of these are prequels because we want to figure out what is the alien's origin, and also what is the actual origin of man. So, in Ridley Scott's mind, we were created by aliens, an alien race that brought us here and to Earth, and all that. Now I'm gonna be honest. I have an honest conversation with y'all. I believe that there is a God. I believe in God. I believe that there is a God. I also I don't believe that we are the only life here in the universe, in this large universe. I do not believe that we are the only life force here in the universe. I don't believe that. I don't believe that God just created Earth and nothing else. So,
Go try to find
oh no, listen. If God ain't put me on quadrant 3, section 4-6, I ain't trying to go find it. I was born here, I'm gonna die here. I ain't going in space. I ain't going out there getting murked in space by some being that God created over there. I ain't going out there getting murked like that. That ain't how I'm leaving here. I'm going when I'm old. When I'm old, an old lady.
If you don't want you to know all that, he'd have made it where you.
But I mean, I do not think that, I don't knock people for wanting to explore.
Nor will I.
Explore, the things that's out there. And the thing, my problem is when they start trying to bring that SHIT back here to Earth. I ain't got nothing to do with that. When that stuff go to breaking out and they go to fighting and trying to kill and do all that stuff like they do in them science fiction movies to the people that's here on Earth, we ain't had nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with that there.
Just like I don't knock nobody for what they believe. If they believe what they believe, but you can't knock nobody else for what they experience.
But beliefs, but usually beliefs are based upon experiences. Mm-hmm. So therefore, if you have had an experience with God, yes, and that is what has locked into
yes,
your belief. That's
just like I told you, I didn't believe in tongues until it happened to me.
Well, listen, I don't know about that tongue stuff. I ain't gonna say I don't believe in. I ain't gonna say that I don't believe in speaking in tongues. I just don't believe in speaking in the tongues that they done got down pat.
I didn't believe the way they push people down and
I don't believe in that speaking into the tongues.
Everybody able. Because when I read what it said, and I remember God, when I first gave my life to the Lord, people was coming to me telling me that I ain't saved because I couldn't speak in tongues. And I told God, if I can't do that, and I'm going to have to keep going through all these battles, these people who say they saved keep coming telling me I ain't saved because I can't do this, I might as well go back and be like I was. And the Bible fell open onto that page. I ain't know nothing about the Bible. And it fell right onto the page and told me that tongue That's a language between you and God. And if God gives it to you, somebody gonna be there to be able to interpret it. So if you're doing it in a group of people and nobody don't know what you're saying, it's worthless.
So back to me saying, if I don't believe in the whole speaking of the tongue situation when it comes down to the way they done got it down pat. Ida ba dada shante dada bo sha dada yala cola. It's like everybody know the exact words of what the church is saying. Ida ba dada shante dada bo sha ida ada yala cola ida il fe bo il fe move il nia palia qua and all of that. So you know, for me, I just don't believe that them is the exact words of the tongue. I don't believe that them is the exact words of tongue. And people get mad when I come on the live. Sometime I may start my live out saying ida da shan da da bo sha da da ta ta da da ya da cola. You know, and for me, that don't mean from what I understand about the heavenly tongue. It's a language that don't nobody know what it is. Don't nobody know.
Somebody else can understand it.
Nobody know how to. You can't just be putting it together. I just really feel like that man done made so much stuff that's going on that it's ridiculous.
That's why God's word has no power in the church, because of man's own tradition. They done added so much more onto God's word. It has no power in the church.
It's just too much tradition.
There's too much flesh going on in the church.
Too much tradition. Either shan da da bo sha da da ta ta ta.
Too many in the church doing just what
da da ra
doing.
da da shan da da ba da da ki da da e da da she da da ta 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 da da ra ba ba e bo 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 bo. Every last one of them say the same thing, and I'm like, well, how this supposed from what I read? From what I had read in the book, I had read that it's a tongue that it can't be deciphered by man like that. From what I had that was
someone kid.
Well, Miss Mary, why they need to.
It's in the word.
Well, then somebody need to write this stuff down, and they need to write it down.
But it tells you that if you doing it in a group of people. And people walk in, you got people coming in your church, and you seeing people, you start doing that. Nobody's understanding it. It's like it's useless.
Okay.
It's in the word.
All right. So back to this. Back to things about beliefs. Okay. Me with that, just like I don't believe in that. I don't believe in all that. I ain't had because that ain't a part of my experience. Now, do I believe in a higher authority, to a higher creation, to a higher creator, to God? Do I believe that? Yeah, because I done had my experience with that. But I don't believe in all that other stuff, all that traditional stuff, honey. Just like that's just like making a cake. I don't believe in a traditional way of making a cake. It's all types of ways to make a cake. So
all kind of ways of making everything with cooking. You experiment. That's how you learn different things.
So therefore, I don't get into all that stuff. That don't move me. And when people be standing up in my face telling me that I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that, I want them to exit out my face immediately, because that ain't my experience. And what I find, what the problem I got with lots of people is, you can't make your experience my experience. You can't make that. That ain't I haven't had that experience. So, and you can't knock me, or you can't make me feel some type of way, or you can't persecute me because I ain't had that experience. That ain't my experience.
That's right.
And it's the same way I feel about when it comes down to these LGBTQIABC issues, okay? I used to talk heavy about trans and gay and all this stuff. I fell back from that stuff a little bit, because a lot of trans and gay people was doing a lot of attacking me. You can't attack me and people that I communicate with, or I have sit on my sofa, or I have talking about their experience, because it don't relate to you. That's them people's experience. That's my experience. That's their journey. That's my journey. And we are, what makes us so uniquely different, as special, is because we all have an individual walk. We got an individual journey.
We all got different crosses we got to bear.
Yeah, I hear that, Mama. I'm talking about with this stuff with them people make me. Them people make me angry when they be trying to attack me, saying, "Oh, and I don't like her because she ain't no representation." And this person ain't no representation of this and the other. The problem I got, if you want somebody to represent you, get your ass up and represent yourself. Yes. That's what you got to do. You can't depend on Caitlin. You can't depend on me. You can't depend on Laverne. You can't depend on Janet. You can't depend on Amaya. You can't depend on Miss Lawrence. You can't depend on anybody that's in our community. You cannot depend on them to specifically represent you, because it is not, you ain't they specific walk. You ain't they specific, you ain't mine. We might have some things in common, and we might have went on the same path. But your thing is still different. I don't care how close it might seem to be to like, it's still some difference. You know. That's in any life, whether it's the LB, whatever you call that. Yeah, I understand that, but I can't speak about the other stuff. I'm speaking about the LBGT, because the LBGT is my experience. Okay. So I can't speak about that. And I can't speak on none of that either, because that ain't your experience. And when people be doing too much talking about that type of stuff, I be kindly asking them to shut the FUCA up. But I can't speak on that part as being a mother. Well, there you go. There you go. And that's your listen. And that's your. And I don't have no problem with talking, because I think it's so cold-hearted. I don't care. I am a Christian. I don't care who on there say I ain't or whatever. Because just because you accept somebody, accept them as they are. What they are don't mean you accept everything they do. It means you accept them as a human being. No, it don't mean you don't accept them as a human being. It means you respect them as a human being. You accept them for who they are. But see, the problem is people don't want to respect you no more. They don't want to respect you. Well, they don't want to respect you. Everybody else do respect, but people see it from their people see things from their perspective and their perspective only. And you can't walk through this earth. I have learned so much with sitting around talking and that's the problem. We so quick to judge people and never sit down listening to what they have to say or listen to them. I have learned so much with being around and going around and talking to the people I met around here and the friends. And because of what they sex gender don't change who they are. And I wish parents can see that with their children. It don't change your child who you raise. Why would you just abandon them? Mama, because people got to people. Because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. I gotta tell you why. You know why? It ain't about them feeling shame. Because no, I'm gonna tell you what, it ain't about them feeling shame. It's about the instilling of some religious thing that been instilled in their mind. And I'm gonna tell you why that, because a person will jump up and introduce their sex offender child, their child that's a sex offender, and will abandon their homosexual child. Well, if you want to do it like that, they will abandon. They will abandon. What about you? Might as well abandon your children that's committing fornication and adultery. Yeah, all of that, Mama. But they don't. It ain't on that level. But it's not. But you don't be half with it. But Miss Mary, you saying that from the perspective of that. I'm saying it as a perspective as a Christian and as a mother. You saying that from a perspective of a Christian that is walking in that and your experience with that. Some people won't even allow themselves to have that type of experience. Well, you look how some of them turned on me, but do I care? Because I ain't got an answer to them. And I know what God said to me. And I don't care what nobody else said. I'm not going to treat nobody who I feel like this. If all we can do is raise our children, train them up, bring them up. Your children, what you done put in your children, they gonna go their own direction. They need to grow. You gotta train, you help them to grow, train, and let them go. And they go learn on their own experience. But that teaching you put in your children, this is what I don't understand. The parents who being Christian, you raise your children in the church.
They don't all do what we want them to do. Why would you abandon them? Why would you?
They abandon them.
That teaching you putting them is still there.
They abandon them because the books say blah blah blah.
I know what the book says.
That's what the
so much.
that's what the abandoning is about.
And before God told me about with me and you.
Hold on. That's what the abandoning is. This is what the book say.
I know what the book
the book say. The Levitical law say.
I know what the book
Ecclesiastes say. Deuteronomy say.
I know what the book say. The
Neptune chapter 3
Romans,
say.
They use
Romans say.
They always use
the book of Salisbury State say.
I know what the book
this say this and say that. So this is why this is where the abandonment of the children come from, because the book say that.
Well, I know what the book say, and I remember when before we done got to the point where we are to this day, that everybody is seeing right now, is that God had to deal with my heart, and I had to step out of myself, and I had to look around me and see how would I feel if I was experiencing this and going through this. How would I want to be treated? How would I want people to feel about me? And I had to step out of myself and look at that, and I had to look at my child. And then after going through all this, and I 7 days fasting with God, and I cried, and I was miserable. I was miserable because I couldn't stand you at one point.
I couldn't stand you either.
I couldn't stand you. I couldn't stand your ways, and I understand why some people don't like some of the
and
things.
it wasn't the fact
like
about
everybody owed them something.
But Miss Man, it wasn't. Let me clear. It wasn't the fact about you being a Christian, because I was gonna do what I was gonna do anyway.
And I know that's why.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do what I was gonna do anyway. But it ain't had nothing to do with you being.
What you wanted to do, and I stood on what
I said. Yeah, you did, and you know what I did.
I still believe what I say,
and that's fine. And you know what I did.
And you hit it.
Listen, I gathered my things,
and you left,
and I cleared it, because that's what it was about. I had to go.
My prayers never stopped.
I understand that, Mama, and I appreciate you for that. But at the end of the day, I gathered my things. I gathered my things.
In my life is my children.
I know that, Mama. But listen to me. I gathered my things, and I went and I got my own journey.
I told you if you want, and I always told you, whatever
I
you
went
do,
and gathered and got my own journey.
Whatever you do, you be the best at whatever you do. I always told you that. Be good at whatever you do. Be your best. But I also told you to always remember God, because I can only take you so far. You can only lead your child to so far at a point in their life. And they're going to make their own decision, go their own way. So all you got to do is your prayers will never stop for your children. But why would you abandon them? But I know what I felt. I know what I went through. It's a part. Listen, y'all ain't the only one go through stuff when you find out about your child. A parent go through something. You go through the first thing a parent first thought is, what did I fail? What did I do wrong? What did I do? That's the first thing you start feeling. Then you got to get out there, then you beat yourself up. I don't know about nobody else, but I was beating myself up. And it was bothering me that our relationship was so messed up. And I'm not going to say, God, I love my child. I love you, and I love my child too. And I want to obey you. And I'm going to obey you. I'm loving my child. And I told you what God told me that day. 7 days I fasted, laying before God, crying and praying. And God spoke to me just as clear as I can hear you speaking to me now, and told me to stop trying to change you and just love you. And after that, this is what happened with our relationship now. And I thank God that I listened. And I say to any parents out there, if you don't throw your children to the side, you hurted them more than anything. You are the best voice that can speak in your children's life. I don't want all kind of people speaking in my child's life. I would like to be the one that they will come to no matter what they choose. We can't change them. All my children don't live like I want them to live, don't do everything I want them to do. I'm going to lay around, but I was miserable. You be miserable sitting there worrying about your child, what they doing and not doing. I'm tired of living like that, fighting with that. No. I just ask God, take care of that in your hand. God told me you just love him and I'll do the rest. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm more happier.
Yeah, we ain't fell out in a long now. We'll get to the fallout
moment. We'll go to war in a minute.
But it ain't about that. It ain't about that type of stuff no more.
No, it's not about that because I done learned it. I done learned it. I can't change.
You gotta learn. No, Mom.
Only God got
we got to use the correct word.
What is the correct word?
You done learn to respect that it. What it. You ain't accepted it all the way. But you respect that them is my decision that I gotta make.
Those are your decisions.
They're my decision.
Just like mine. My parents.
They're my decision, and I got to see before God for me.
Nobody else can stand in your place for God for you. You gotta stand for them.
And see, when people come down, when people come and they start respecting, it's a big difference in accepting and respecting. When people come down and start respecting people for their choice, their decision, how they feel, who they are, it'll be a smoother ground. Because you may not accept that, and because you not accepting this is the way you believe, and that's your experience and your lifestyle that you may not accept, but you have to respect.
Whether I accept it or not, you still can't change.
You can't, because
that's why people gotta stop beating up people. You can't. No matter what somebody chooses, you can't change what they. If you don't like it, move on out the way. Because you can't change what people want to do. No matter how much. I love y'all dearly. And if I can get in every one of y'all heads, all who done been hurt by what y'all go through with this and change things, I would. I don't have that power. I don't have the power to do it. Because I see how people treat. I see how I was treated out there. Some of my family members, friends and all abandoned me.
Well, who care about them?
But do I care? I don't care. But that's my child. This is the cross God gave me to bear, to walk through this in this. And you know what I'm saying now? I didn't understand it back then, but now you know what I'm saying? I thank you, God. I thank you for allowing me to walk through this, because it helped me to look at a lot of things different. Of how people treat people. People are still people no matter what their sex is. You still treat people like human beings. They deserve a job. They deserve a place to stay. Most of y'all are very smart. Very smart. And a lot of you are very successful. But they done picked out those few who choose to go the downward road. There's many of you out, and I say to all of y'all, stay in school, baby. Don't let nobody stop you from getting your education. I don't care what they say about you. Get your education. Get what you need behind you. And no matter what they say about you with God, don't you give up on God. Because if you got a praying mother, those prayers ain't going to never die. If she going on about her business with the Lord, those prayers are still before God.
But Mama, everybody.
I'm sorry, that touches me because.
But everybody don't have a praying mother.
You don't know somebody in their family praying for them.
Yeah.
Somebody always know this. Somebody, all these ones who think they so saved, somebody prayed for them to get what they had.
That's right.
So you got to remember, somebody praying for somebody else. So what you do instead of beating people down, sit around, stop talking about them and pray for them. Put a prayer out for them. That can do more than your talk. I'm sick of the stuff I see. Especially with some of these preachers. You preach one thing and then you living like hell yourself. Man, please. You're gonna have more to stand before God for than the people. And like I keep saying, many people that we're putting in hell, before God put them there, you might end up there before they do.
You can.
And I'm going to keep on saying that.
People of Israel.
Because if you walking around here, you walked out the door and you angry with your child, your wife, your husband, and you go right out there and die, you can go to hell right there because you had anger in your heart. Man, please.
Well,
I ain't God. I don't know everything, but I ask. He said, he who lack wisdom, let him ask of God. And when I don't understand something, I go to God because I ain't going to man. Man got lies. But if you go to God and stay in the Word of God, there's so many answers in that Bible, but we don't take the time to read it. We don't take the time to get in it. That's the last thing we go to. is God. That should be the first thing we go to. I don't care who you is. He say he reign on the just as well as the unjust.
He's coming in a Honda.
I'm sorry to get in your conversation, but I'm going to get in it. I feel like you say something. It ain't right. I tell you, parents, love your children regardless, because you don't know some of them children you pushing out of the way. When you get old and get sick, they may be the very one that you have to come and take care of you. So we have to be very careful how we treat our children too. Anybody. But the ones you think is the angry and the perfect children be the one that'll turn their back on you.
You can ask the children of Israel.
I ain't throwing near one of mine away.
Trapped at the Red
No,
Sea.
y'all ain't doing exactly what I would love to see y'all do. Y'all ain't living exactly the way I want you to live, but it ain't for me, it's God. But this my cross I gotta bear.
Yeah.
And the next person got their cross they gotta bear. Because before we leave, if no cross, no crown. And that song, no pain, no gain, is true.
In order to get something, you gotta give something. In order to, like I was saying, Mama, everybody's mama ain't into church, and everybody's mama ain't raised them in the church.
A lot of us need to be taught from wrong teaching. There have been some wrong, erroneous teaching in the church too. Ain't nobody gonna say that, but it's
for me, Miss Mary, I'm gonna tell you what.
Some erroneous teaching.
Let me tell you something. For me, I'm gonna go get. Just like I just said, for me, I'm gonna go get my experience for me.
What I'm gonna tell you,
I'm gonna go get my experience for me. For me. I'm not gonna get my experience by some nigga standing over there telling me whoop-de-whoop. I'm not finna do that. I'm gonna go get my experience. Just like when you may have taught me X, Y, and Z in life.
I can only teach you so far.
You may have taught me X, Y, and Z in life. I had to set my foot, cross that outside of that threshold, and in that world to find out what this world was really about.
But I put a foundation in you for whatever going on out in that world, you can fall back on. You can call out, and all it takes is one person to say, it's Jesus. Just call on his name. I need you. And I don't care who you is, what you done, how many times you done it, who you done it with. If you sincere with God and you mean what you say, God will come and see about you. Now, I want them to know that.
Come see about me.
And ain't nobody gonna tell me God can't use you. God can't use you if you sin. He use anybody if you sin or no sin. He can use you if he needs you. If you're the only thing right there for him to use, he can use you.
Come see about me. Come see about me. Come see about me, Lord, my need.
So anyway,
come see about me, Lord, my need. Come see about me, Lord, my need.
Because some of this come down through some stuff that been some of that old stuff way back in them old family, 4th and 3rd generation that was never dealt with, that comes up again.
And some of this stuff come down because either your mama was a closet lesbian, or your daddy was a closet trade. You know, my daddy was a trade.
Well, he talked about you like a dog.
I don't think
he talks about I told him if he ever.
Mama, let me tell you something. Hold on, before you get.
He tried to put you down like.
I gotta say this here. When you don't know somebody, them be niggas off the street. I don't know that nigga. That be like a nigga off of the street.
Well, I don't care.
They gonna bad talk him, and we gonna bad talk him.
That's your father. Other people gonna say whatever they want to say.
I don't listen. And
but that's still your daddy. He told me he'd rather see you with 100 children than for you to be that.
But Mama, don't you hold on now? Hold on. Let's keep it all the way 100. We finna keep it all the way 100 right now. Okay?
What?
His mentality ain't no different than the average black man's mentality. Instead of my son being a homosexual or a transsexual, I would rather see my child either in prison. I'd rather see my son.
That's what he said.
Yeah, they would rather see that. There are men that say that type of stuff out of their mouth. Now, come on. We don't talk about these issues. We don't say these things out loud.
I tell you, why don't you sit me down and we have a conversation about these things?
There are niggas that sit up there and say these things, and there are women also They said that I would rather my son be whoop-de-whoop.
Well, I wouldn't rather my child be none, but it is what it is, and then you got to deal with what it is. But I would never go around and tell nobody I would want the stuff that he said to me and what he doing. Then you saying that about your child, but then you doing exactly what your child doing with your child's friends.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to spill that tea.
Listen.
We don't want to spill that tea.
Listen, right is right and wrong is wrong. The stuff he do.
But Mama, but that's what majority of men.
And I pray for him.
Majority of men say that. Majority of there are lots of women. And I can understand a woman saying that they want their son to be a man and have children and all that. But if their son don't see that for their life, if they son see themselves as their daughter, and whoop-de-whoop, that is their son's or daughter's path that they need to allow them to walk.
Well, all I want all y'all to know from me is that I love you regardless. My love no matter what choices you have made in your life, my love for you, my love for you is not going to change, never change. You're my child regardless of whatever you've done, whatever you have done, do. I can't change that, only God. All I'm believing is my prayers. And I believe my prayers won't be in vain. That's all I'm going on. And I'm going to love y'all. And only thing, if I die today or tomorrow, I just want y'all to know that no matter what, my mama was there for me, regardless of what choice I made, what decision I made, whether she liked it or didn't like it. She let me know her love was still for me, was the same. She loved me. That's all I want to be left with y'all, that I love y'all. If y'all don't get nothing else from me, I love you. And I ain't ashamed for nobody else to know it. And I don't care. I'm proud of you. Still, regardless, because there's a God, and my God is able. And I don't care. I get full when it comes to this part. Because like I say, I don't understand how parents, you can push a child out at the age of 13. Those people who wrote me, tell me at the age of 13, 14, 15, their parents turn their back and they crying. And they saying they can't even come to their parents' house to eat. Can't come. They want to see their parents and can't see them. And you parents, I know you can't tell me your heart don't be on your child. Because when mine packed up and left, my heart was every day aching. Wanted to know how my child was. Every day. But everybody ain't me.
Yeah, well, Mom, that's
everybody ain't me.
I told you, that's your individual.
Yeah, I love mine.
Yes, that's your individual. There are parents that will throw their children out on the street.
I couldn't believe it.
There are daddies, and when I used to tell you that, Mama, I used to say, Mama, that this.
You opened this Facebook for me, and my inbox was flooded with different stories where they crying. And I'm gonna tell you, parents, I'm gonna love your children. And I'm going to pray for your children. And I'm going to listen to them when they're hurting. Because they're still a human being. They go through different things. Who is the best person can be there to put your arms around your child when your child come in hurting, needs somewhere to go in like a hiding place? Because this world is cruel. Not only to gay people, to everybody. And you need that place where you can come and share what you're going through. Well, I want to be that place for mine.
You can ask the children of Israel. Hey.
So, anyway,
trapped at the Red Sea.
Whatever they say about me, take it to hell. Take it to the hell with the devil. Because I trust God. So the hell with whatever they say about me. Because I'm trusting God, not man. So man, I pat you up today, build you up, and tear your behind down before you can turn your back.
I don't know how this fly got in here, but it got to go. I got to bind this fly up in the name of El Nohim, okay?
So anyway,
I got to bind it up.
All I can do is pray for you and wish you the best.
Yes, girl. All right, child, we finna go because I need to go back and study this thing. We done did a full hour. I had to do me a full hour, girl.
Well, I wish you success in whatever you do.
Yeah, I got to get over here and study these lines.
We pray that you be delivered from that stuff that everybody keep mocking you. That's what you done. That ain't who you are.
Oh, you talking about the pornography?
Yes.
Child, they watched it.
Yes.
They washed it. And so many.
I don't understand the ones
Listen, they washed it so hard, and
I don't understand
they washed it real hard, and then they gave me the hot $20.
Well, what
I was happy with them giving me the hot 20.
If you don't like something, why are you under?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to block Chris real quick. Chris gone. When I see the other name pop up there, I'm gonna get her too. I'm gonna get that lady, Kenny, whatever her name.
What did they say?
I don't know. I just blocked them. See, people try to come
That's
and
what I don't
they like to get
understand.
down there and try to
Why you
disrupt.
don't
We
like
having a
something?
good conversation. They try to get down there and disrupt what's going on. But no,
That's
God.
the way the
Hey,
devil
David
is.
Connolly, I love you. I'm so
That's
glad
the
to be
devil
seeing you
made.
in Manny.
That's the devil's main thing.
Confusion.
That's his number one.
Yeah, child. That's why I went on and
So
handled
in Discord and so many church people do that. So Discord. They don't think that's
I already got that Chris, honey. Kenny, you next. Soon as you pop up there, I got you, baby. You won't never. You ain't had to be here in the first place.
That's what I don't understand. If
Ain't
you
nobody
don't
asked you
like
to come
something,
here. You ain't got.
bypass it. Nobody asked you for your opinion.
We just sitting up here talking about what's going on.
Bypass it. And don't even feed into a block them.
Anyway, we done did an hour, and I said I was gonna sit up here and do me an hour with my folks because I'm gonna be tomorrow. I will not be doing Bitch Let's Dish because I will be on set from 7 a.m. from 7 o'clock in the morning all the way until I don't know what time taping ends. But if it ends in the night, then I'll try to dish, and I will also be filming on Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday are my 2 film days. So Bitch Let's Dish may end up being on Monday. I am not sure about that. Don't quote me on that, but it might end up being on Monday because I have taping to do tomorrow. Also, if you guys have not been watching my new my new show, Let Me Pick You Up by World of Wonder. It is available on Wow Presents on YouTube. I'm going to be putting a link here and there and X, Y, and Z. And what else? I don't know. So I'll talk with y'all later on. I'll be doing some behind the scenes little video tomorrow from the set. Snapchat. Make sure you follow my YouTube, youtube.com/TS Madison ATL. My Instagram is the real TS Madison. So I'm gonna be Insta stories, Snapchat stories, Facebook stories behind the scenes from the set tomorrow. Y'all pray for me. Watch me, honey. You know, and go out there and see Alien Covenant. It was really good. It was really, really good. Alien Covenant. I did like it. Mama, did you like it?
I told you that ain't some kind of movie ain't for me. But it was a good movie. It was good, but that's not for me.
All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.